Yeah, so this is my good friend George's story. He's like my right-hand man. So when I took Shahada, George was automatically curious, I believe, of why I've done it. He said so himself a few times. He thought I had done something really bad,
Right.
where he thought, why can't I turn to him for help? Why have I turned to God for help? So he was actually in prison at the time. He had a copy of the Quran in his cell. He probably went for a couple of different copies of the Quran, and he could never digest it fully. He's not, and myself, we're both the same. We're not very literate people. We left school early, things like that. So he was struggling to get to grasp, because every time he'll ask me and say, what have you done? I'd explain, just read it for yourself, which I
Yeah.
tell a lot of people. Read it for yourself and you'll understand yourself. So he was trying to read himself, trying to understand it for himself, and he was struggling a bit. It was once he moved to a new prison. The story's quite deep. They went to put him in a double cell. He said, I'm not going in a double cell. Take me down the block. Instead of taking him down the block, they said, you can go into a cell with no telly. They've opened the door, took him in the cell. He said, sweet, I'll take that one. Took him in the cell. He's gone to bed that night. He woke up, nothing in the cell. He's looked up, and at the top of the cabinets that you have in prison, there was a book sticking over the edge, like just slightly here, so you could see it. So he's jumped up, he's grabbed the book. It happened to be a Quran Project Quran.
Mashallah.
He's picked it up, he's opened it, and just the layout and the thing, he's meant to understand it a lot better.
Mashallah.
So he's got reading that. He's then, from that cell, they've had to move him on to another wing, because that cell was only a temporary one, and they went to put him in a cell with a man, a Muslim man, and the Muslim man's never had a cellmate. He was like, I broke my bed, I'm not going into the cell. No one's coming into the cell, sorry. As George gone to the door, he see the Quran Project in the bag. So he asked George if he's Muslim. George said, I ain't Muslim, no, I'm just curious, I'm reading the book. And then he said, okay, come in the cell.
Yeah.
So for months of this guy having no cellmates, because he's seen the Quran Projects at the top of the bag, he decided to let him in the cell. He's been giving him dawah. It actually helped the kid as well, because he was laying off his prayers and that. He started praying a lot more, because he was showing George how to pray and things like that. So George gained some knowledge in that. And then, yeah, when he come out of prison, alhamdulillah, he took Shahada.